Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the NEC Symposium. Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from.
I'm Geoanna Bautista. I am a neonatologist, assistant professor at UC Davis. And essentially, I've a basic translational scientist, physician scientist, at a fellowship about 2 years now. So really focused on gut development, gut physiology, and kind of what is creating the susceptibility towards injury in terms of neck, et cetera. But my focus really is like the babies that end up getting short gut. So a lot of the intestinal rehab stuff. So there's a lot of overlap, obviously. My baby disease is gastroschisis, is my absolute favorite. But I love those babies, and they get neck. So
Absolutely. Tell us what you were most looking forward to hearing about this week.
This has been fantastic. This is my first time at the Neck Society meeting, and God, it's like I literally put out a review on like all the neck animal models and meeting everyone that I've just cited and read all their work on.
right.
I'm like, this is so cool. So I've been like kind of fangirling it a little bit.
The who's who.
But yeah, exactly. And I think that's been the best part of it. But the patient stories have been phenomenal. Like, I'm glad they brought tissues out today.
Oh my
Because
God.
yesterday I was like, everyone was trying to like find something to wipe eyes off.
Yeah.
Because it's actually really, really invigorating.
Yeah, it's energizing and it recenters. It centers you.
My goal. Like, I am doing this because I don't want to just save one baby. I want to save the majority. You know what I mean? Like all of the babies, not just like So.
I think it's interesting, your perspective actually, because we say that neck is a disease of prematurity, and that's not entirely true.
No, not at all.
And so there is this population, obviously, of babies who are at additional risk. The
Absolutely.
gastroschisis, the
Cardiac babies.
cardiac babies,
Exactly.
seals.
And I think it's our understanding is changing about the gut. And I feel like I always talk about, like, I got into the gut because I was like, I don't want to do the lung because I feel like we have some legends and giants already in that field. And then the brain was next. And then I was like, but, and heart. But everyone overlooked the gut. And now we're seeing how it actually causes so many issues from head to toe. So I think it's
Yeah, I think this is the next generation of big data, artificial intelligence is, I think, really going to help us think about this, like you said, in a more unified way, where it's not just like one axis, not like the gut-lung axis, but it's like the whole baby
Everything.
axis.
Yeah, I think that's very exciting. Obviously, we're talking about the microbiome, but how it is impacting or can potentially balance all of the other neonatal pathologies.
Exactly. I just think they all relate, and I think forums like this are particularly exciting because it really builds on the collaboration, like a collaborative approach. And I think that's the message that the Neck Society like constantly puts out there. It's like, we have to do this together. Like, there's no way one person can do everything. You have to break it apart and work together and kind of really enhance everyone's strengths.
Yeah, I think the collaboration, I think maybe 10, 20 years ago, we understood that we couldn't do this from like just a single center. Actually, maybe even more times. We thought like single center, you can't. You need to collaborate. And I think now the Neck Society is showing us that not only do you need to collaborate with your peers, but you need to collaborate with all the stakeholders.
Exactly.
And you'll probably get, as you say, the right answer to the right question and not,
Because also, like, the basic scientists and the clinical researchers, I'm like, you need to be hand in hand. Because, like, God, I'm trying to do a couple little things on clinical. I'm like, it is such a doozy for me. I'm like, my mice are so simple. Whereas humans, I'm like, God, you have so many factors that could be, like, impeding the results. So I think that partnership also on that, like, really basic level is actually really important. And not recognized before. Like, before it was like a really big, you're siloed off. Like, you only did your basic science, and then like, or you tried to do both, and they'd be not great.
So you'll be back next year.
Yes, I'll be back every year. Yes, absolutely.
Do you think you can give us a little recap about some of the take-home points from this basic science kind of pathway? Obviously, we've been talking about the different pathways.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is the exciting stuff literally just now, it's still mind-blowing, this whole remote ischemic conditioning. I'm like, how does that work? Because again, you're like on a little arm cuff,
This is insane, right?
Insane.
This is
I'm
insane.
Like, wait, how did your nurses let you do that? First of all, for 4 or 5 minutes. I'm like,
we're going to take something that's perfectly healthy, deprive it of oxygen for a little bit, and this will train you.
And this trains your body. Like what? Yeah, so that just tells you, though, right, that there is multiple axes, multiple things, and you need to understand.
When you go back to your unit, you have to convince you, like, I promise you,
I
this
will
is a
stand
thing.
Here.
I promise you, like, I heard it. I promise I heard it
It
from
was like the BPD settings. Like I literally still stand by the bedside to make sure. Are we all in agreement? Is
Can
no
we
one going
do
to change
this?
my settings tonight?
That's right.
Can we please sign off the same thing to our counterparts?
That's great.
So this is very exciting. So I think a lot of the novel ideas that are actually getting translated is really exciting. And this is a forum where you have surgeons here too. So it's pretty phenomenal kind of seeing the world's kind of merge.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so it's super exciting. I'm very early in my investigative years, but I'm very excited. There's a lot of things to look forward to.
Awesome, Geoanna. Thank you so much for dropping by.
Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it.